Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar series. We'll cover GBLT Corp. The company is listed on the TSX Venture under the symbol GBLT. My name is Vivek Pedram at Vertus Advisory. I'm joined today by my colleague, Corey Cohen, and of course, the CEO of GBLT, Dr. Senst. We will take approximately 20 minutes to walk through the investor presentation, and then we will open the floor for questions. Should you have any questions about the presentation, please feel free to send them using the Zoom Q&A function found at the bottom of your screen, and we'll make sure to get to them at the end of the presentation. If you have dialed in by phone and have a question, please your questions by emailing us at info@vertusadvisory.com. With that, I'll hand over the call to Dr. Senst, the CEO of GBLT.
Yeah, thank you, Babak. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and thanks for giving me the chance to introduce myself and my company. So I'm the CEO and chairman of GBT. This is under the name GBLT and the TSXV. We've been founded in 2003. We are listed on the TSXV since March 2018. We are the leading provider and licensee of household consumables for addressing today's needs. We bring in patented innovations to consumables. We are focusing on two areas: mobile energy and personal protection equipment. And one of our key advantages is that we have a robust global distribution network. And actually right now we have a significant presence in the EMA market. That means Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And of course, we have intentions to expand to Americas and to Asia, where we already started to build up some contacts. Our heritage, our key focus of the last years, and of course still for the future as well, is the mobile energy segment. We are the exclusive mobile storage licensee for Kodak. So we are able to offer a broad range of mobile storage products for commercial and for retail applications. And yeah, we partnership with Kodak to manufacture and distribute mobile storage systems exclusively throughout the globe. And of course, we can utilize the Kodak global network so we can participate and change ideas and networking with other licensees of the Kodak world, which having other products, we are the only one for the mobile storage systems. To talk about mobile storage systems, just to give you a rough idea of what products I'm talking about. At the end of the day, it's about that we're using lithium technology to make powered and clean, make a powered, clean, portable energy outlet from high capacity, serving both residential and commercial needs. So it's all about having a mobile socket or kind of mobile outlet. And for the future, instead of using generators, we now have the chance to make emission and economical and environmentally friendly more energy mobile. So we're having three starting products. We have a compact mobile outlet, which I would say is it's a kind of power bank plus. So you can use it as a power bank plus. You can run all electronic components with this, which running with 212 or 110 volt. So you can even run with a small product if needed, a television or a refrigerator. So it really creates new possibilities. We have the mobile power outlet, the PPS 800, which is in between with a capacity of up to 800 watt. You can run a refrigerator, a television, your drone recharging, everything you can do for hours, 7 to 8 to 9 hours. And last but not least, we have the mobile power plant. This is right now our top product, which is truly a generator replacement. With this high power tool, you can even use for construction on a construction place. You can run a driller with this or any other thing. And all three products you can recharge at any time via a solar energy with the small solar plant we have. Yeah, talking about the mobile storage business. Mobile storage remains an important energy source in both developed and developing countries. That means we having customers like NGOs for using this for running water pumps or whatsoever, or medical diagnosis systems in the third and second world. The other hand, we're having in developing countries, you can use this for camping, for outdoor activities, for disaster recovery, and as I said, for construction. So it gives multiple of usages. And of course, we are a nice alternative to the Emission gasoline using generators. We are rechargeable solar panel. We have zero emissions. We are having no pollutions, and we are much lighter and much easy to handle as a safety catch in your car, everywhere you are, with this kind of product, which just weighs a fraction of the normal generators. So the growth is driven right now for this product by institutional consumers, by NGOs, by governments, for the law enforcement. And of course, one of our biggest distribution channels beside camping is the DIY market, where you can buy this product for multiple uses. We're having new listings on all major retail stores, and which having a full effect then in 2021. As mentioned, mobile energy is our heritage. While I would say that the Kodak mobile storage system is the kind of crown of our mobile energies activities, our basic business system, our basic product where we started with in the past, 2003, is the normal battery. We have the Aquaphoto global brand name. We are the exclusive licensee for Aquaphoto to manufacture and distribute this branded products, category products. And keep in mind, after Varta has been sold, we are now the last really truly German brand in the worldwide market. Everybody knows that, probably everybody knows that Warren Buffett bought Duracell a few years ago. Energizer just recently bought Varta for price double of the turnover. So it's a still growing market. It's even the alkaline batteries, even everybody thinks about accus, is still growing, not just in the third world, in the second and first world as well. So it's really still an interesting market with less and less players. We see right now that some players leaving the field, like Sanyo, which has been taken over by Panasonic, Varta in the long run, which has been taken over by Energizer, and Sony, which just announced to leave the market. So the market is growing, the competition is less, so it's still high, a lot of excitement for us with the Aquaphoto brand. Besides the Aquaphoto brand, which we are selling globally, we are in DACH, that means Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, one of the top supplier for private label batteries. So we're having private label battery branding for major global customers to drive brand and consumer loyalty. We're having private label batteries for various distribution channels. We offer the full range of disposable to rechargeable consumer batteries, and we are one of the few manufacturers of offering private label range of quality. That means our private label customers can, like a Varta or like a Panasonic or Duracell, they can offer different kinds of quality, so they have a good, better, best option if they choose us as a supplier. And the quality demand of the market is increasing massively. And while we started at the beginning to take care that we're having the best quality on the market, this really pays off step by step every year. So the advantage we are having due to our heritage is that we're having direct sales to existing partnerships. We can optimize renewable energy and continue bringing innovations to the market. With the mobile storage systems, we have the first mover advantage. Right now, we've just been focused on offline, but we are step by step increasing and adding an online strategy. And luckily, we find and created new customer base. We're having governments and NGOs who now work with our products with the growing demand. And of course, we continue establishing the strategic partnerships to capitalize our existing brand loyalty. So for this product, mobile storage systems, batteries, we are in the private label segment. Private label has advantages, disadvantages. At the end of the day, we create premium brands, capture a large portion of the market, but retailers seek their own private label brands with higher margin. Right now, I think I don't have to explain that private label in food and in non-food is now mandatory for every big chain. We are able to penetrate larger distributors with private label brands. We did this in the past with photographic products, where I'm coming originally from, and now doing this now for nearly 17 years under GBT, with GBT with batteries. And of course, we allow entry into distributors to upsell other mobile energy products. So we offer a wide range of products around the batteries, for example, like a flashlight or torches, to create a nice electronic consumable package for our customers. And as I said, our focus was always quality. So I would say that we're pretty much having the highest quality right now in the market worldwide, which we offer for a really, really competitive price. The Agfa Photo, the branded products through our global partners, offer a higher margin for us and for our partners. As mentioned, we can really play the game that we are the last and the only German brand which is left on the market on a global base. And yeah, distributors are looking now for alternatives, especially when there's a crisis. They see the profit in purchasing. So right now with the Corona crisis, there's a higher demand from our customers to save money with the purchasing. So while maybe some customers didn't want to shift from Panasonic or Energize in the past to Agfa Photo because they didn't see a big enough price gap. Now in these days of crisis, this is always good for us, the people looking for valuable brands where they can make some extra profit in the purchasing. So we create a brand loyalty among our customers. These are some of our biggest customers we're actually having right now already. Of course, many German brands like Bauhaus, Rewe, but they're all supplying our products European-wide. We're having customers directly in foreign countries like Consum in Croatia, Sainsbury in UK, and so on and so on. Overall, due to our heritage, we're having a network worldwide. We could take advantage of our licensing partners like Agfa, Polaroid, and Kodak. So we're having vendor numbers and listings all over the world, which are already in place. So other than a startup, we always have the chance to distribute our products directly to the biggest retailers in the world. As you see on this map, mainly, of course, we're talking about Europe right now, but we already shifted more and more business to Africa, South America, Central America are definitely our focus, and we started to start our activities in Australia and New Zealand as well. So we pretty much cover the whole world, and in every country of the world, we're having already good contacts or people to talk and distributors. So to take advantage of our global network and advantage of our supply chain, and to add some benefits to our existing customer base, we started with the personal protection equipment again, which we started 2 years ago and which we now revitalized a little bit. The reason is pretty easy for this. Everybody knows global pandemics and environmental disasters are no longer black swan events. That means, Corona is there, and if Corona is gone, there will be the next disaster. The consumers are now looking to be more proactive than reactive to mitigate risk of being unprepared. That means we see definitely a change of the behavior. I would not say that after the Corona, everybody would run with a mask like in Asia, but of course the sensitiveness is much higher. Protect themselves and his family is definitely one of the top goals for the future. So the consumers are more conscious when it comes to protecting themselves and the family from this risk. And emergency planning, disaster recovery are now a necessity for everyday life. So I think Corona changed the behavior in many ways, and we took advantage of this by creating a product line to fulfill this future demand. So overall, the personal protective care market is a big market. The numbers you're seeing here are already from before Corona. I think now Corona is definitely taking care that there will be a massive increase in the future. So consumer behavior change as a result of Corona-19 outbreak across the globe. This is really a global crisis, not just a local one or just related to one continent. So we see a growing prevalence of contagious diseases and infections. Of course, the government, as everybody knows, especially here in Germany, is taking more and more they're giving more and more regulations. They're really squeezing the people more and more. They require the citizens to protect themselves and others from risks surrounding disease and infections. And of course, the government itself is taking more and more care when it comes about public institutions or governmental places. So PPE will become part of the family shopping cart, and of course will be part of government activities in the future as well. So we started like many others. We started in March, April with masks. So we entered the market with medical consumers in March 2020 under the brand Dr. Senst. While we've been already 2-3 years ago started to distribute some personal protection products under the Dr. Senst, especially to the African continent. We had from the start, we having a nice supply chain. We directly had factories which been on the white list, which been from the medical segment, which had a high production deepness, so which gave us the chance to start with this mass products with a really, really competitive price and a high quality, which helped us to be never that we never had any problems when it came about duties or certifications. We started directly from the starting point as a really trusted and high quality brand. We noticed that this market is totally fragmented. At the end of the day, there's maybe 3M as the only really well-known mask manufacturer in the world. At the end of the day, it was more spot business, cheap imports. And we used this opportunity to see this entire fragmented market to create directly a trusted brand and create a package around this brand. So we've been happy that in the last months, and I think you will see this when you see next week the third quarter results, we signed really a lot of contracts with major partners. We started with a significant revenue contribution in Q2 already, and this, honestly spoken, continues massively over the whole year, and it will last for a long time, because as mentioned, this will be a listed product for the future. And while we are the only one with a brand, and while we are one of the few which having a wide range of products, kit masks, different colors, and so on, we are the natural partners of the big retailers for being the listed supplier and not just the spot dealer. Using this mask as a base, we are now starting to introduce new products to the market as well. So we will start now with the Dr. Senst liquid PPE products. We ended in a partnership here in Germany, which give us the possibility to really enter the market with unique products. It's important for me to explain that we are not just the next disinfection liquid manufacturer on the market. We having a unique patented antibacterial technology. Our products, we are the only surface cleaner in the world who has an impact up to 10 days. When you then keep in mind that nearly every disinfection liquid right now is having maybe an effectiveness of 5 to 10 minutes, as long as the alcohol is there. After the alcohol is gone, you have to start again. The bacteria can come again. We having an average of 10 up to 10 days, which is unique, which saves a lot of money, which saves a lot of time, and which definitely is one of the top products for this category in the market. In general, we're having a high quality. So other than our market leader here in Germany, we're having a 99.99 effectiveness, not the 99.9, where everybody thinks it's good, but this is so bad that it's even not allowed to have this in hospitals. All of our products are medical grade products that can be used in professional everyday settings. We're having already all BOC numbers and all certificates on our name, and we are actually in the process to get a medical certificate for all of our products, which really is a nice proof of our quality. All products are dermatological tested A+. That means not just the hand sanitizers, even the normal surface cleaners are dermatologically tested with the A+, which is unique as well. And we're having a 3-in-1 because beside disinfection and cleaning, our products have a kind of easy to use, because after using our products for a while, you have a special layer on your surface, and there are special tests which show that after we have this kind of layer, it doesn't take as long anymore to clean it as it's used before. And as another liquid, we're starting end of this year with the first patent up to 24-hour mosquito and tick repellent. So there we are the only one in the world who not just protecting yourselves 8 hours, we have a protection of 24 hours, which is pretty unique and makes your life and the life of your kids much easier. Parallel to this, we started already and we will continue with having medical devices and new products on this. So we are just at the beginning. We have a high demand from the existing clients. Keep in mind, all big retailers increased their product range in the last years massive. They're now having 2 or 3 times more products in their store than 15 or 20 years ago. And of course, they don't want to have 3 times more suppliers. So having a vendor number, having a listing, and being a really reliable partner is the most important thing. And they then asking you for more and more products. So they're happy that we offer more products. because we help them, and we give them the chance to increase their portfolio without adding new vendor numbers. So we have the infrastructure in place, which is planned for the future, to bring in band-aids, gloves, thermometers. We started already. We will increase the range, and we will use new products from our existing supply chain and our offices in China. We have the top supply chain. We have the distribution channels in place from existing customer products. And so it's natural for us to increase this. And we have pre-medically certified solutions. So it's all about packing, pricing, and innovation. So market expansion strategy is we now started to have a direct-to-consumer e-commerce strategy beginning in Q4. As mentioned, till now we focus more or less on offline strategy, but of course we are not blind. So we are starting more and more to have an online strategy and e-commerce strategy. As mentioned, we're signing daily new customers. We're signing daily new product ranges for existing customers throughout the EU and of course now North America. We're catching daily new countries where we're having distributors with our products. We are in contact right now with some North African countries. We are in contact with Australia. We increased our activities in Great Britain, Italy, and Switzerland. And there are many more countries to come, like Kuwait or Turkey, which came up in the last 2 months. We try to increase our product capacity, our production deepness by having a vertical integration with bottling facilities, not just in Germany. We think that we will have some partnerships with local partners in Africa or Middle East to start Dr. Senst products by themselves, where we just supply the concentrate and they make the bottling by themselves, which gives us a tremendous price advantage in these markets. The growth strategy, the growth is then natural out of what I said. The 2022 numbers should be around 22, 23 million. Honestly spoken, I'm not allowed to say more, but we are really happy with 2022, with 2020 as it's right now. We are 2022, 2021, we have already nearly in our books. And for the next years, we think that this growth is really pretty conservative. But of course, we're taking care that we have a wider spread, that we are not just relying on household consumables. I think the energy systems will take a significant part. And latest in 2022, when the corona is maybe a little bit gone, we think that we can build up our LED lighting business a little bit more, which is mainly then the digital display business, while we actually right now focusing on street lights for Middle East and some retail lights here in Europe. So why do we win? We're having exclusive commercial licenses for high quality products sold under trusted and well-recognized brands. I think we now proved that we have a state-of-the-art supply chain management. We are just focusing consumables, products only with consistent recurring and a non-cycling demand. We try to avoid the problems around technical support or on 24-hour hotlines. And our key competitive advantage is that we have a unique global market access through well-established distribution networks. We are not just started a few years ago. We are now there for 17 years. And I think we built up a nice base in the last years. The management team, it's me, the one who is boring you a little bit now. Sven Cabo, my CEO. Kyle as the CFO in Toronto based. And we are happy that since August, Peter joined our team. He was the sales director of one of our biggest competitors with an excessively great network. He has a personal touch to 19 of the 20 biggest retailers here in Europe. And we already announced some of some great effects of his job for 2021. So really happy that he's now with us since August. Our capital structure right now, we have a capitalization of 11.8 million, shares outstanding, options, warrants, shares outstanding, so pretty much standard. Insider ownership, the 63% is just me, nobody else. So I'm right now still in charge. Yeah, this is all about GBLT. Thank you very much for your time and for the chance to introduce myself and the company. And of course, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate. I now pass over to Corey to take care of that. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Thilo. I remind our listeners that they can submit their questions through Zoom through the Q&A function at the bottom of their screen. Our first question asks, Thilo, could you please expand a little bit on the disinfectant products that you spoke of earlier and what makes them special versus some of the competitors out there?
This is my new favorite, so I love this question. Yeah, as I mentioned, we're having different products. The main product is the surface disinfection. So we're having three main advantages. Top advantage, of course, our patented microbiology technology. That means that we have this 10 days protection time. So in hospitals, but even with your private use or at home, at the end of the day, in a normal scenario, you just have to use our disinfection every 10 days. And for 10 days, every bacteria is being killed by our patented system. And the average is really 5 minutes. So we are 1,000 times more effective than all other competitors. And it's patented and it's unique. So this is about the surface disinfection. The same advantage we have with the shoe disinfection, which I did mention in the presentation. But keep in mind, in working, in sport, and so on, the shoe protection for bacteria and so on is getting more and more important. There we have the same 10 days effect, which is unique. And as mentioned with the repellent and second repellent, right now, the global market, we see our competition is just going up to 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours protection. And we have a patented formula which gives a protection of 24 hours. That means if you go with your kids in a vacation in summer, you just have to take this repellent one time for the kids after breakfast, and then you do the next breakfast again. You're not in a hustle, not in a hurry the whole day. I think this is really a life changer, and all products are tested with the A+, dermatological and certified, and all results which I mentioned are approved and approved by Fresenius, which is a well-established institute here in Germany.
Great, thank you, Thilo. Our next question asks if you could expand a little bit on the difference between private label and branded products. So why it's important for retailers to have both offerings on shelves.
Yeah, I mean, it's a standard right now that big retailers all over the world have we call this in Germany ABC. I think in English you said good, better, best quality. No matter if you talk about ketchup, mustard, or eau de toilette or whatsoever, you always have this good, better, best story. Honestly spoken, the good or the best is a brand, which is Energizer and Duracell. They are a global A brand. But when it comes about a B and a C brand or the good, better one, then we're talking about usually competitors like Sanyo or Sony, where Agfa Photo can compete with. So it's pretty easy. The big retailers using the private label to get the people in the shop, to have a kind of communication with the customer, to use as a kind of advertisement. They're using the B brand to increase their margin a little bit. So usually they buy the B brand a little bit upgrade, but they can charge much more from the customer, like they can use with the private label. I mean, everybody knows right now that the premium market is competitive. And the A brand, as mentioned, this is Duracell Energizer. This we don't touch. But this gives us a massive helping hand because Duracell and Energizer are so expensive compared with our products that they give us a lot of space to fulfill the demand and the needs of our customers.
Great, thank you. Our next question asks about the medical devices you had mentioned earlier. How long does it take from pre-certification to full medical certification? And what would be some of the main competitors in the space?
Yeah, with the electrical devices, it's a little bit different than with the disinfection. These products right now will be not medical certificated, because if you sell this product medical certificate in Germany, you have to have a medical certificate for the whole company. We're having partners who are having that. So we see this as an option, but right now we're focusing just on electronic devices which don't need a medical certificate. The advantage of our product is that it's a kind of fragmented market. There are no really well-known branded fever thermometers, for example, so which gives us a helping hand to create the market. It's fragmented as well. And on the other hand, with our certificates, we have an FAA, and we are now getting the CE certificate soon. We are to our knowledge, we are the only manufacturer in this price range with this certificate. So usually to get an FAA certificate and CA certificate, you have a different price level than what we are offering. So we will offer an entrance price level with a mid-sized quality and a brand which gives us a unique position. And we will add this range step by step with new products as well, like blood pressure or like more entrance level fever thermometers. So we are just at the beginning. So it's a kind of outlook for our plans for the near future.
Great, thank you. Our next question asks about a previous contract announcement of ours. Could you expand on why Lidl chose GBT to supply masks?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's about the certificates. The big retailers right now, at the beginning, maybe they tried in March to get everything they can get. But now, as you see with the lawsuits with the government here in Germany, with some of suppliers, they're now really, really sensitive with the certificates. So they don't want to take any risk. And they know us, they trust us. And as I said, we supply all certificates directly. We don't have certificates from new institutes which came new out of the block. We have certificates from 2018 to 19, which shows that we're doing this for a long, long time. And especially the big retailers, the really big retailers, and Lidl is the biggest one with 112 billion turnover here in Europe. They are really now really keen that they're just getting products from excellent quality, which gives them which makes them not touchable. And especially when it now comes about being listed, because they now see this demand for listing products. So it's not that they're now asking for 40, 50 million masks like at the beginning on a spot deal just to cover the market. Now they're asking for 5, 8, 10 million masks a month on a continuous base. And when it now comes for a vendor business, then they're just looking for a reliable partner and a reliable brand, which they can use for the future as well. And this package they find from us.
Can you speak a little to the competitive advantage surrounding our mobile storage business?
Yeah, the advantage is pretty easy to. First of all, there is no real competition. You don't see any big brands in this. So right now it's a fragmented market. You see on the internet 2 or 3 or 4 Chinese no-names who are entering the market with 1 or 2 products. At the end of the day, there are maybe 3 suppliers with the global range. And right now it's a typical online product. So we are the first right now to offer this product to offline, so to have this in the stores. Right now it's a typical online product. And the reason why it's an online product is that other competitors doesn't take too much care of the quality and the certificates. Companies like Bauhaus, Home Depot, B&Q or Best Buy and so on, they are really, really keen just to have products in their shops, in their stores, which will not explore. So we have a pretty unique quality. We have a pretty unique certification. And last but not least, we have a well-known trusted brand. Keep in mind that products are not too cheap. And you can check by your own who will spend a few $100 for a Ching Chong Hui brand they never heard before, or you can have for the same amount a brand you could trust and which creates trust. So the package of having a product range, having a really well-reputed brand, and of course a high quality is, to our knowledge, pretty unique. And this in a package that we having access to the offline market other than our competitors makes it I would not say easy, but makes a solid plan for us.
Thanks, Thilo. Our next question states, what will be the impact of the COVID vaccines and the new European lockdown on future company sales and profitability?
What do you mean by COVID vaccines? What is vaccines? Sorry for my English.
Companies like Pfizer have announced that they are on track to release vaccines to help eliminate the risk of COVID.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I mean, these products are, as I said, everybody knows that Corona will not last forever. but there's a high sensitiveness, and of course, we all hope that there's a vaccine in the near future. But this is what I mean. This is exactly the point. The products like masks, disinfection products, they will not leave. I mean, the sanitizers, disinfections, been there already before Corona. It was already before Corona a highly interesting market for us where we had a close look into. But what we are now noticed is that, for example, for the future drugstore change and the big supermarket change will have on a much lower quantity than right now. They will have masks in their range. We expect that even the future, when they start events again, you will see big concerts with 20,000 people. Even if there's no Corona, I think step by step you will see more and more people wearing the mask as a standard commodity. Maybe 1,000 or 2,000 out of this 20,000. The people are more they're taking more care when they visit their grandparents in the hospitals or whatsoever. They are more keen to wear this in the future. I think the behavior will change. And because there's no really brand competition, we are now building a market, and we are now building a relationship to our customers to be, at the end of the day, the or maybe the only supplier for these products as a standard listed product.
Great, thank you. Do we have plans to go into new products in the near future? I guess that applies to both the battery side and the PPE side.
Yeah, with the mobile storage systems, it's pretty easy. It's a daily developing product category. Our intention is to get the output higher, that we can really cover more and more generators. Right now, our output is 1,000 watt. I think we will introduce soon a product with 2,000 watt output, which then is really more powerful for construction. So I think we go the direction that we change it more and more to generators. At the other hand, we now been approached by car manufacturers which see the system as a kind of backup. You know, when you run out of gasoline, you take 5 liters extra. Because our products are compact and not so heavy, there are other opportunities. So we are working on a continuous base, but I think the direction will go in having higher outputs. When it comes about the sanitizers disinfection, we are just at the beginning. I think a natural step for us will be definitely the plasters, the Band 8. Again, this is a market which I like. We are looking really for markets where maybe have just 1 or 2 players and the rest is fragmented. So when you look, for example, at plasters, you're having in Germany Hanseatic, and that's it. All the other businesses fragmented and private label and some brands you never heard before. So there are still great opportunities within the whole product range and with our contacts that we can cover some market spaces there. And so we're looking then for this kind of medical consumables, I would say. Of course, with the liquids, we extending our activities. For example, the insect repellent we can use for dogs. Keep in mind that, or for animals, animals can use them as well. So we just put out the perfume out of this. So yeah, around these products we're having right now, there are a lot of opportunity to a lot of venues which we will enter in the near future.
Great, thank you. Our last question is in regards to yesterday's contract announcement. Can you expand a little bit on the importance of FFP2 masks versus regular masks, and what the future of those you expect to see?
Yeah, this is actually the point which I reflected on when it comes about quality. The FFP2 masks are the only mask, or the first mask, where you can really protect yourself with. All the other masks you see are just masks to avoid that you infect other people. But if you really want to protect yourself, you need FFP2. And we now see the tendency that more and more people are noticing that, and that FFP2 will really getting more and more priorities for the customers, because especially we have a problem, for example, here in Germany with people who don't accept Corona. And if somebody doesn't have a mask in his face, the FFP2 is the only one to protect yourself. So it's a strong tendency to start with this. But this, of course, is a high quality product. And this is a product where you see most of the lawsuits. And to my knowledge right now, we are in the position that we can truly say that we have the best quality for the best price. Right now, nobody matches our price with all the certificates we are having. So it's definitely one of the focus products for us, because there the competition is even much lower for us than with the standard mass. So of course we are happy with that, and without telling too much, but we are really pleased by the development we see right now in the fourth quarter and the first quarter next year.
Excellent, thank you. That's all the time we have today for the session. So Thilo, I will hand it back to you if you have any closing remarks. I'd like to personally thank everybody on behalf of the Virtus team for taking the time to join today. And Thilo, if you want to finish up and then end the meeting, that would be great.
No, just thanks again for your time and for the chance to introduce ourselves. I hope you put GBLT on the list and check our latest news. Next week we will give the third quarter results. And yeah, we are excited. We are, as bad as it sounds, one of the winner of the actual times, and we using this changes in the world for long-lasting strategy, not just for spot business. And yeah, we think that we definitely are on the right track. And thanks for sharing. And yeah, have a great day, have a good night, and thank you very much for your time.